Nick had always been intrigued by the old basement in his family's house. It was a place that held secrets, dark corners, and a certain unspoken mystery. As a child, he used to imagine all sorts of scenarios about what could be hidden down there, from buried treasure to ghosts of long-deceased ancestors. Now, as an adult returning to his childhood home to help his parents with some renovations, Nick couldn't shake the feeling of unease whenever he ventured down into the basement. There was something about the cold, damp air and the dim lighting that set his nerves on edge. One day, while clearing out some clutter, Nick stumbled upon an old wooden chest tucked away in the corner. Dust covered its surface, and cobwebs clung to its edges, indicating it hadn't been touched in years. Curiosity piqued. Nick knelt down and unlatched the rusty lock, the hinges creaking in protest as he opened the lid. Inside, he found a collection of yellowed papers, faded photographs, and other assorted trinkets. Most were mundane, but one item caught his eye: a small, intricately carved wooden box. Carefully, he lifted it out of the chest and examined it. It seemed to radiate a strange energy, and Nick couldn't shake the feeling that it held some significance. As he was about to open the box, he heard a noise behind him, a soft whisper, barely audible over the hum of the basement's ancient furnace. Nick turned around, but there was nobody there. Heart pounding, he quickly closed the lid of the chest and hurried back upstairs, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. That night, Nick found it difficult to sleep. His mind kept drifting back to the basement and the mysterious box. What secrets did it hold? And what was that whisper he had heard? Unable to resist the pull of curiosity, Nick resolved to return to the basement the next day and investigate further. The following morning, Nick's unease only grew stronger as he descended into the basement once more. The air felt heavier, suffused with a palpable tension that sent shivers down his spine. Determined to uncover the truth, he made his way over to the chest and retrieved the wooden box. With trembling hands, Nick carefully opened the lid, revealing its contents: a small, tarnished key nestled amidst a bed of velvet fabric. His heart raced as he picked up the key, feeling its weight in his palm. It was unlike any he had ever seen before, ancient and ornate, with intricate designs etched into its surface. As he examined the key, Nick's gaze fell upon a faded photograph tucked beneath the velvet lining. It depicted a group of people standing in front of the very house he now occupied, their faces somber and unsmiling. Among them was a man who bore a striking resemblance to Nick himself, albeit much older. Suddenly, everything clicked into place. The whispers, the sense of being watched, it was all connected to this house, to this basement, and to Nick's own family history. But there was still so much he didn't know, so many questions left unanswered. With a sense of determination, Nick resolved to delve deeper into the mystery of the basement, to uncover the secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface. Little did he know, the truth he sought would lead him down a path darker and more twisted than he could ever have imagined. Nick's investigation into the basement's mysteries consumed him. He spent hours poring over old family records, scouring dusty archives, and piecing together fragments of stories passed down through generations. With each revelation, the darkness lurking beneath the surface of his family's history became clearer. It soon became apparent that the key he had found was more than just a simple trinket. It was a link to the past, a key to unlocking long-buried secrets. And as Nick delved deeper, he discovered that those secrets were darker and more sinister than he could have ever imagined. One evening, while poring over old letters in the basement, Nick stumbled upon a series of correspondences that sent chills down his spine. They spoke of a shadowy figure known only as the Keeper, a mysterious entity with ties to Nick's own bloodline. According to the letters, the Keeper was said to guard a terrible secret, one that had been hidden away in the depths of the basement for centuries. Determined to uncover the truth, Nick delved deeper into his family's history, following a trail of breadcrumbs that led him ever closer to the heart of the mystery. But with each step he took, the darkness seemed to close in around him, threatening to consume him whole. Haunted by visions of the past and tormented by the whispers that echoed through the halls of his ancestral home, Nick pressed on, driven by an insatiable thirst for answers. Little did he know, the truth he sought would be more terrifying than anything he could have ever imagined. As he ventured further into the depths of the basement, Nick could feel the weight of centuries of secrets bearing down upon him. And in that moment, he realized that some doors were never meant to be opened. Some secrets never meant to see the light of day. But by then, it was too late. The darkness had already taken hold, and Nick was powerless to stop it. The deeper Nick delved, the more he uncovered about his family's dark past. He learned of a curse that had plagued his ancestors for generations, a curse born of greed, betrayal, and unspeakable acts committed in the name of power. And at the heart of it all was the Keeper, a malevolent force that had watched over the family for centuries, feeding on their pain and suffering. As Nick pieced together the fragments of the past, he realized that he was not just a bystander in this twisted tale. He was a pawn in a game that had been playing out for centuries. And now, as he stood on the precipice of the abyss, he knew that the only way to break free from the darkness was to confront it head-on. With trembling hands, Nick reached for the key he had found in the basement. The key to unlocking the truth, to breaking the curse that had haunted his family for generations. As he inserted the key into the ancient lock, a sense of dread washed over him, threatening to swallow him whole. But Nick pressed on, driven by a fierce determination to confront the Keeper and put an end to its reign of terror once and for all. With a final twist of the key, the lock gave way with a resounding click, and the door to the basement swung open, revealing a darkness more profound than anything Nick had ever known. Summoning every ounce of courage he possessed, Nick stepped into the abyss, his heart pounding in his chest as he ventured deeper into the depths of the basement. And there, in the flickering light of a single lantern, he came face to face with the Keeper, a twisted, shadowy figure that seemed to flicker and fade with each passing moment. But Nick refused to back down. With a defiant roar, he confronted the Keeper, challenging it to release his family from its grip and end the curse once and for all. And as the two faced off in the darkness, a battle of wills raged between them, a battle that would determine the fate of Nick's family for generations to come.